Does 5G interfere with aircraft, and is it dangerous? This is the question that a lot of people have been asking themselves. So today's episode of BizJet TV, we're going to look at a number of situations which will help you to have more understanding of how this whole 5G thing works. My name is Fabrizio, I'm your aviation advisor, and let's go straight into the first clip today from the news about 5G and how 5G affects aircraft. Off we go.
50, 40, 30.
It's the critical technology pilots rely on for precise altitude readings when landing in poor visibility, the radio altimeter. But the FAA, the airlines, pilots, Boeing and Airbus have all warned the new, faster 5G cell systems could interfere with the altimeter, just when pilots need it most. Now, with the system going live tomorrow, the airline CEOs have written this letter asking that the 5G sites within 2 miles of airports remain turned off for now, warning that immediate intervention is needed to avoid significant operational disruption to air passengers, shippers, supply chain, and delivery of needed medical supplies.
So as you can see, there's a lot of concern there regarding this 5G interfering with the radio altimeter. And in fact, there was an accident that happened in Amsterdam. It was a Turkish Airlines aircraft in 2009, and the cause of the crash was the interference with the radio altimeter. Now, on board, when you're training as a pilot, you do these low visibility approaches and you do rely on the radio altimeter to work. But if suddenly there is a malfunction, the instrument will tell you that there's a malfunction. So the pilot recognizes the malfunction and then can execute a go around and take the airplane back into the air and avoid, hitting terrain. So that's something that can be done. But the problem is that what they're saying is that the 5G signal interferes with the radar alt, giving it a false indication, which is what happened with the Turkish Airlines accident. Is the pilots were getting a signal, but the signal that they were getting, it was telling them that, let's say, they were at 500 feet, when in reality they were at 300 feet. And this is the danger of it. And now we're going to go into a portion of an interview I did recently with Don Catalan. And Don is an entrepreneur from New York. He's the CEO of his own company, iOptimize Realty, and they do a lot of real estate all over the United States. He's also the proud owner of a Honda Jet, which he flies himself. And he's going to give us a bit his take on the whole 5G thing and his concerns. So let's go into the interview with Don.
Another thing that the civilian public doesn't know that's coming, that is going to really screw things up. 5G. We should talk about the impact of 5G. 5G, totally unneeded, right? Technologically, to watch a video, to have a FaceTime, to have a Teams or a Zoom meeting, you need 4 gigabits bandwidth up and down, right? On my iPhone, which is 5G and is totally useless, right? I got it, the new version, because it has a better camera, okay? But the LTE connection most of the time gives me 30 gigabits, right? Sometimes 40. So sometimes, anywhere from 8 to 10 times the bandwidth I need to do video. Like we could be doing the Zoom on my iPhone and I got 8 times the bandwidth on LTE. Well, now we're going to get 5G, right? What the civilian world doesn't realize is that interferes with the safety systems that are built into planes, into airliners, into jets, which tell us how close we are to the ground. And why we need that is on landing. And, I've been talking to other pilots about it, and the FAA has been at odds with the FCC on this. The FCC is apparently under the political thumb of big donors like AT&T and Verizon. I mean, that's my theory. And the FCC has said, let's roll this out next to the airports. And now the FAA just issued NOTAMs, that's notices to airmen, on thousands of airports, other than the 28 major airports, right, that they deem as major. Basically, your ability to land in adverse conditions now is compromised if they continue this rollout. And so, I can deal with it, but what's going to happen is the airliners have systems, as you know, that will allow them to basically land when it's basically 0-0, where you can't see the runway until the last few seconds. And they have these auto land systems where the computer is actually landing the plane. Well, that's going to go away. because they need radio altimeters which bounce a radio signal off the ground back to the plane and tell it precisely in real time how high it is above the terrain. And without that radar altimeter, which has had that frequency for the last 40 or 50 years, that 5G will interfere with, without that, they won't be able to accurately know how high they are in the last critical seconds. So the airliners won't be able to use their auto land systems, right? And so what they're going to do is they're probably going to divert to different airports, or God forbid, someone pushes their luck. And they say the FAA runs on blood, and, God forbid it happens, but it's probably going to happen.
So you've heard from Don, you've heard the concerns from the FAA and that. Lots of concerns. Accident did happen a while back when the instrumentation did interfere with the rail altimeter with the Turkish Airlines crash in 2009. So what are your concerns about 5G and interfering with aircraft? Let's get the comments going below here on this video. Like this video, give us a thumbs up, it helps the algorithm tell people about BizJet TV. And also, if you haven't subscribed to BizJet TV, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. And if you're looking to acquire a private jet, I'm offering you a complimentary call with myself. Just ping me an email and we'll set up a time in a day, and we'll get on and we'll get very, very specific and help you with your needs. If you haven't already done so, I encourage you to check this video I just recently did with Grant Cardone. He's a proud Gulfstream G650 owner, and he'll give you his take on why he bought a private jet and how he uses it to build his empire. And that's all from Fabrizio on BizJet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.